Joining us from Yale University, head coach James Jones, student athletes August Mahoney, John Pulakidis, and Bez Mbang. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach. We'll then open it up for questions for the student athletes first. Reminder, media members, please wait for the microphone and state your name and affiliation before your first question. Coach?
Yeah, that was a pretty complete game for us in terms of the way it ended with our statistics. We did a really good job on the boards. We out-rebounded them. We had 20 assists, and we held them at 33% shooting for the game, and, they scored 29 points in the second half. So I thought, especially defensively, we hunkered down and did a really good job. And offensively, we did a great job at looking and sharing the ball and finding each other. Our offense was stagnant from time to time, but for the most part, we did a really good job at trying to find a teammate and make someone better. And there's a lot of joy that's spread with the team when that happens, and it's fun to watch and fun to see.
Questions for the student athletes? Second row.
Bez, you guys were a little slow to respond to Cornell's press, a couple of turnovers in the opening minutes. How did you adapt later in the game?
We just huddled together. We knew it was going to be a dogfight. So, and the way, especially the way they play defense, it's a little chaotic. So we just huddled together during timeouts. We talked about it, and we got together.
Front row.
Thanks. Adam Zalanka, New Haven Register. John, you scored 30 points in this gym 3 weeks ago, 25 tonight, 6 of 7 for 3-point. What is it about this place where you seem to be pretty comfortable here?
I don't know. I guess these rims sort of find a way to like me, I guess. I'm just glad that, we were able to get the job done. And our coach mentioned, the job's not finished.
For any of the athletes, Matt Nolan came back today, 6 assists. Instead of him scoring a lot, it seems like he was feeding you guys, kicking out to you and August. If for anybody who wants to answer, what did that mean to the cohesion of the offense today?
Yeah, Matt's a huge piece of our offense, and he draws so much attention from other teams' defenses. And he's very cerebral. So whenever he draws 2 or maybe even 3 sometimes, he does a great job in moving the defense with his eyes and then finding the open guy. And me and John were the recipient on a lot of those passes today, thankfully, and we were able to step up and make some threes.
If I could do one more for Bez, that 12-0 run at the first 2 minutes of the half, that's a quick 12 points. Did you guys feel like you were sort of beating Cornell at their game playing that fast?
I wouldn't say that. We just try to play our game, honestly, and just take what the defense gives us. In the first half, we just jumped on them. It started with EJ with the and one, and from there, I felt like the energy was on our side. So we took advantage of that and capitalized.
Andrew Kramer, Yale Daily News. Bez, last week you were named Defensive Player of the Year for the conference, and today we could see that, taking charges, defense at the point of attack. How do you take that matchup sort of personally and lock down?
I just want to do whatever I can to win. And most of the times that's playing the best defense. We got to get stops. The other team scores more than you lose the game. So I just try to stop the man in front of me and help my teammates.
Yeah, and for John and August, when both of you guys are hot like that, how do you sort of feed off of each other and make sure you're both getting lots of shots?
Yeah, I think multiple times today in the game, one of us would get a kick out and they would sprint to us, but just because of the team in scramble mode, it would leave the other guy open in the corner, so it was just a easy one more to him, and he's just as confident in me making the three than I am in him making the three. So when we're both making shots, it's definitely hard to guard, and I think to be completely honest, we're both more happy when the other dude makes a three than we are.
Questions for Coach?
James, you've been a second-half team all year. Can you talk about the second-half run, the 12-0 run, and then you just, just burgeoned it after that?
Let me first start off by giving kudos to Cornell. Brian Earl's done a tremendous job with his program. They're a really good basketball team, and at their best, they're extremely dangerous. And lucky for us, we didn't catch them on their best night. So very fortunate for that. In terms of answering your question about the start of the second half, We were without the services of Bez Mbang, who picked up 2 fouls in the first half, so that really hurt our continuity on our offense. He's our leader. He's the engine of our team. So, what we were doing offensively and defensively kind of goes through him. And not to have him kind of hurt us in the first half. That's one of the reasons why I don't think we played as well in the first half as we possibly could have. But certainly we had a charge in the second half, and that really took the game over. And it gave us a great opportunity to win. Anytime you get off to start like that, having a 3-point lead, take a 15-point advantage, that's going to be great. And, the way they play up and down, you're going to have opportunities to get good looks, and we did. And we were able to finish those, and guys playing through each other. And, again, really happy with the way we executed.
Steve Silverman with Ivy Hoops Online. Coach, you just mentioned about that Cornell plays an up and down game, and it seems to me in the first half you were quite content to let your team do that as well. Is that just taking what your opponent gives you, or is that a strategy that you're happy to undertake against Cornell? Well,
we have a pretty deep team as well. Our team is built on playing back-to-back games, so there's a lot of guys that we can play and a lot of guys I think that we can get value from. So going up and down is fine with me for the most part if we get good looks. And, you give your guys the you give the guys the ability to make those decisions. And for the most part, they make good decisions in doing that. And we had some really good looks and some really good opportunities. And the way they play defense in the half court, they're denying passes and they're disruptive. So you can't really run your patterned offense anyway. So whenever you had a great shot for a great player, we want to take it.
Any other questions? Right here, second row.
Yeah, coming out early in that game, we saw a couple of quick turnovers, and Ragland was making a bunch of threes for them. How much of the rest of the flow of the game was making adjustments versus sort of settling into your game plan from before?
I just think our guys need to settle down. You got the nerves of it. You got the pressure of being the number one seed, and I just thought the guys need to settle down. It just happens. It's like the first set of a tennis match, something you might, blow it and come back and win the second set. Those things happen to you. So I don't take too much stock in it. Guys are nervous. They'll settle down. I remember as a basketball player many moons ago, there wasn't a game that I wasn't nervous that I played in. I remember my heart beating, and it took me a while to blow off that energy until I could calm down and actually play. I may not have turned the ball over like we did, but I was nervous.
And just following up, with EJ in foul trouble in that second half, you got big minutes from Danny Wolf. Can you talk about his impact as a freshman in this tournament?
Yeah, Danny's really good, and he does a lot of good things. And, we're fortunate to have a very deep basketball team. A lot of guys that you didn't see tonight that play major minutes, they're very good players also, but I can only play, 8, maybe a 9-man rotation. So fortunately for us, Danny's going to be somebody that's back. And coincidentally, the 3 men that were up here, they're all coming back. They're going to be 1 senior and 2 juniors next year. So we feel really good about our program and who we have, and hopefully we can keep moving forward and getting better.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
You're welcome.